My name is Bassem Mansour, and I'm the owner of a company called Michael & Son Services in Washington, D.C. A little over 20 years ago, I took over a struggling family business when my father suddenly passed away. I was just 19 years old. I've certainly experienced my fair share of financial struggles, but through hard work and determination, I'm now running one of the largest electrical, plumbing, heating, and cooling companies in the nation. Every day, my technicians come across some incredible people with heartbreaking stories. When they find they have nowhere to turn in a time of need, that's when we come in to lend a helping hand.
Come on, Chatty. Come on, hurry up, please.
Bassem, Adam Colby, the plumber.
Yeah, I know. Adam's a good guy. I love Adam.
Yep, well, he's got a cousin who has two twins. They are, I believe that they're less than 1 year old, and they have something called Miller Dieker syndrome. Miller Dieker syndrome, you've probably never heard of it because it's such a rare disease.
Okay.
It causes heart-stopping seizures. These children, so they're basically having seizures.
They both have it?
Yes, unfortunately. And they're both suffering near daily seizures that, as I said, they're nearly heart-stopping. It breaks my heart to even say it, but they're not expected to live past 3 years old. And yeah, they've been all over the news. They've been featured in the Huffington Post. This is a nationally known story. And
Chatty, so these kids have seizures, and you're telling me that both of them have the seizures?
yes, so this family, this mother is dealing with, two children who are, nearly every time they have one of these seizures, she doesn't know if they're going to come out of it.
Have we seen what they need yet?
As far as I know, they need some HVAC work done at their house.
Has anybody seen it yet?
Adam's been over there, but this is literally just emailed to me by Adam minutes ago, and I came right over.
Okay, why don't you do this? Why don't you get in touch with them, call them up, and get one of our techs to go there, see what's going on with them, see what they need, and go meet these people, and then if they need something, let's get it done before it gets hot, okay?
Yes, sir.
Let's go, chop chop.
Yes, sir.
They were 4 months old, then about 5 days to a week after their 4-month shots, when they started acting really weird. And they both, before then, they both had sort of like this palsy action. We thought maybe it was normal for infants to do that. We had our suspicion, but then after the shots, we would definitely confirm. We took them into the hospital, they got MRIs. And after the MRIs were analyzed, the doctor came out and basically said, your kids have a serious condition. I wouldn't look too far into the future. Point blank.
They have a rare genetic condition. It's called Miller Dieker syndrome. And it's a partial deletion on the 17th chromosome. And that chromosome controls part of the brain formation. And so they don't have all the proteins that they need to form the brain. So their brains are smooth instead of ruffly. And as a result, they have seizures and they have a lot of developmental impairments. And they have a limited lifespan. And they've already outlived the lifespan for their condition. The average lifespan is 2. So for what they've got, they're doing really well. But the condition that they have is progressive, and it is terminal.
Daily activities is waking them up, the morning routine, fill up the bags, stick a tube in their feeding tube and try and push all the gas out before that feeds. And then you give them anti-gas medicine, wait 10 minutes hopefully, and then start feeding them, and hopefully you won't have any problems. And then you have all these medicines twice a day, one now and one later on at 10, 11 o'clock at night. They do love play. They both love play.
Well, towards the end of last year, the doctors told us that they were not getting enough to eat and that we were going to have to give them feeding tubes, and that they were also not swallowing very well and that they were at risk of aspirating their formula, and that means that they would potentially inhale it into their lungs, and a lot of the kids who have this condition die of pneumonia for that reason. And so it was a necessity. We had to do it. So in January, they had their feeding tubes put in, and they had a couple of months of recovery because it didn't go very well. But they're at a point now where we're pretty much recovered from it. It's one of those things where you have to make a choice. If you don't make the choice to have a positive outlook, then you also have to live with the consequences of it. I think that, when you realize that somebody's life is short, it just makes it more precious. It's funny to be thinking along those lines, but then also be like, oh, Byron threw up today, and Nicholas was grumpy, and he drove me crazy today. But it does it makes you want to stick as much of a lifetime as you can into this short time.
Need to sell your house due to financial difficulty? Call us now for an offer in 7 minutes to sell your house in 7 days.
Express Home Buyers, we buy your house in 7 days.
Not just pizza,
But something for everyone.
PizzaGuy.com.
Is your roof going to withstand the harsh winter months? Lawn Roof offers a surprisingly affordable solution with new roofs at only $99 a month. Call now, 800-492-LAWN.
One of the greatest moments in time is when we discovered fire. Fire is a crucial human advantage, a source of food, warmth, and protection from predators. Only the most innovative can survive.
If you can't, we can.
If you can't, we can. Michael and Son.
How are you? My name is Rolando. I'm an install technician for Michael and Son. After speaking to my supervisor already and understanding the situation with the family here, being a parent, I can relate to the situation of this family. I have 2 children of my own. As a parent, I would do anything and go anywhere to make sure that my kids have everything that they need, everything that they want. It's something that I look forward to continue doing, helping others in the area, not just here locally in Frederick, but throughout Maryland and Virginia. I felt that giving back to my community as a local now, it would be something that I can do actually to help my community, help my neighbors.
It was the most amazing thing because we really needed some home improvement work done, and I had been looking at the oil burner for a long time and saying, you better not break. No, seriously, you can't break this year because I can't afford to fix you. And so Adam said, well, I put your name in and, we'll see how it goes. And then we got a call back right away. It was amazing.
Between the hospital bills and the day-to-day care for these guys, it's a breather. It's a major breather.
Yeah, I just kind of feel like a yoke was lifted off of my shoulders. To my understanding, they're going to be replacing our old oil burner. It's from 1979. No. With one that's modern and that is efficient and actually heats the boys' bedroom. And I think they're also replacing the air conditioning compressor. So we couldn't be more excited about it. It's a real gift.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
They're setting up the flag now.
Houston, we have a problem. We can't do it. Who in the world is that?
They've got the flag up now.
If you can't, we can.
If you can't, we can. Michael and Son.
Need to sell your house with major repairs? We'll buy it as is. Call us now for an offer in 7 minutes to sell your house in 7 days.
Express Home Buyers, we buy your house in 7 days.
Call Michael and Son today and turn to the experts at Carrier to keep your family warm this winter. Right now, get a precision tune-up on your cooling system for just $69.
If you can't, we can. Michael and Son.
How many ways can you be comfortable? An energy-efficient Infinity furnace by Carrier can cut your heating costs by up to 1/3, while also lessening your impact on the environment, which is better for where you live and better for where we all live.
Call 800-948-MIKE or visit michaelandson.com. If you can't, we can.
What I'm doing today is recovering the refrigerant out of the system right now. We're replacing this AC unit with a heat pump system. What I have here now is basically my gauge is hooked up to the recovery machine and the recovery tank. What it's doing is removing all the R22 out of the system so it doesn't get released into the atmosphere. At the same time, I kind of trimmed already all these bushes here just to give it a cleaner airspace where it can breathe better. Also installing the whip, which is where the actual wire is protected from the UV and protected from elements, which is all the wires are inside this tube, and it's protected from the disconnect box to the actual outdoor unit.
We're converting from a regular air conditioning system and converting it over to a heat pump system.
Yes.
Okay, so this is going to be their main source of heat?
This will be the main source of heat. They actually got rid of they're going to get rid of the boiler. I believe they got rid of the actual oil tank already. The outside is just set in place. I still got to run the disconnect box, and the electrician's actually going to go run me a new wire outside.
I was just around the corner working, and I got the call, and I came out to help my brothers out. My name is David Gale. I'm an electrician with Michael and Son. I'm in my second year. We're going to be installing a new circuit for the indoor furnace unit and the outdoor unit outside. We're going to be running a new feed for that as well. The existing wiring that's here right now is not going to produce the amperage that we're going to be able to run on that wire. It wouldn't work, so we're going to have to run some new wires in order to accommodate for that new amperage so that everything will run nice and safe for the family.
So everything's coming in together. At the moment, we're just going to actually do all our measurements, cut the box for the return, and cut the plenum down, and set our air handler in place. The beauty of this system is that it's actually a 410A. It's got bigger coils and it's more efficient, and at the same time, this specific air handler is a variable speed. It cranks up when it actually needs more heat. Comparing what they had before, which was the oil burner with the boiler itself, and comparing this unit to that, the actual boiler itself was very expensive to heat up your home, and at the same time it let out a lot of fumes, which was bad for your health and air quality itself. Well, what we actually have done already is just remove the actual air handler and the box that it was sitting on. Now that we received the new filter box, we're gonna put the filter box in place, set the air handler on top of it, and then we will have to cut this plenum down so we can add a flex and a transition. Larry was actually going to be in the process of replacing the low voltage wire outside. We need an 8 wire, it's only 3 here. Technically we only need 5, but we normally just run an 8 wire and just have additional wires for the future. And being that we're actually going to run a low voltage wire outside. We're going to take the time and actually run a new vinyl tubing outside for the new condensate pump. In the air handler, the actual heat package was already installed by Larry. This is a 10 kW, so it's just basically a backup heat. So in the winter when it needs the actual additional heat, this is what it's going to serve for.
Keep the heat inside this winter with our high-tech heat mirror windows. Long Windows is offering the surprisingly affordable solution at only $99 a month. Call now.
Not just pizza, but something for everyone.
How many ways can you be comfortable? An energy-efficient Infinity air conditioner by Carrier can save you up to 56% on your cooling costs, while also reducing your impact on the environment, which is better for where you live and better for where we all live.
Call 800-948-MIKE or visit michaelandson.com. If you can't, we can.
Has a dream of being a landlord become a nightmare for you? We'll buy your rental and deal with your problem tenants. Call us now for an offer in 7 minutes.
Express Home Buyers, we buy your house in 7 days.
Wow, it's a beautiful sunny day here in Frederick, Maryland, and we're here to meet the Moore family. It's a husband and wife of Shannon and Lou, and they got 2 adorable kids named Byron and Nicolas. Their names are actually Bebo and Nico. They had some issues where they didn't have any a proper heating and cooling system. They were able to reach out to us, and we came out and helped them out. Let's go see what we did. Come on. Shannon?
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you finally.
It's a pleasure. Come on in.
Good. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks.
Please explain, because I don't want to butcher it up. Please explain this Miller Dieker syndrome.
Dieker.
Dieker.
You were close.
I was close. I'm sorry.
Oh, you had it before. It's Miller Dieker syndrome.
Okay.
It's a rare condition that's caused by a genetic mutation, and it causes the brain to be deformed. And so, because their brain is smooth instead of having the wrinkles that it's supposed to have, they can't do a lot of the same things that we can do. They can't walk or talk. They have pretty severe seizures. They have cerebral palsy, and they have a limited life expectancy.
Well, they seem like they're loud and,
Yes.
and here today.
Oh, they're totally here. There's no question about it.
They're loud and here today. And this is something that you guys, it's not a family thing, it's not part of your history or anything like that?
Spontaneous.
How common is this disease? Because I've never heard of it before.
1 in 100,000?
Yeah.
1 in 100,000. Well, I will tell you this, you could not have had more beautiful, handsome boys. I mean, that's really, they're honest to God, they're beautiful, handsome boys. And, my heart is filled with joy when I see these guys. They're just beautiful kids. They're just beautiful kids. What was the problem here that you needed our help?
We had a really old oil burner from 1979.
Okay.
And an oil tank that, unbeknownst to us, was collapsing in the back. We didn't even find out about the oil tank until after it was taken out. But the oil burner was costing us so much money every month, and it just was not an efficient heat system, and the bedrooms were cold in the winter, which is not good for the boys. So when Michael and Son told us that we were eligible for the program, we were just so floored, really, and overjoyed. And I can't thank you enough for what you've done for us.
Well, I got to tell you honestly, it's, we do these things all the time, but I always am, I feel like very special that I can do something so small, but I know it helps out with the care of these kids and the care of the family and stuff like that. So it really is a big blessing for me that I could do it, that I'm allowed in your house to do this for you, because it makes me feel great. As good as you felt, I felt 10 times better.
I wanted to ask you what it is that made you want to help families of the disabled. That's a kind of a special niche that you found, and it's really interesting to me. What caused you to do that?
You know, I'm getting interviewed now. I love it.
Yeah, I really want to know. I really want to know.
I'll tell you the truth. If you ever saw the movie Pay It Forward, and I just always kind of liked the concept of, you know, if you could do something and pass it on, and it goes well, and then the world would be better. And then every single time I get hit up all the time for donations for charities and stuff like that, and I just never felt when I give my money to charities that it affects anybody. But when I do this, I know that I'm affecting somebody, and it makes me feel better. So it's a matter of my own self-gratification of feeling good about what I'm doing and seeing the effect of what's going on. And also it's my thought in my head that if I do this, if I could be an example of what it is to look after people and to share your heart and to open your heart to people, that hopefully, you know, people in my business, people in other lines of businesses see me and take that and say, you know what, let me do something nice. Let me open my heart to somebody. Let me kind of help out somebody. And so, you know, life is very, very short, and it doesn't matter how much money somebody amasses in life. It doesn't matter how much wealth or gadgets or toys or whatever they get, but it matters of what they leave behind. And so if I do something and I can leave something behind that somebody sees, and it's not an air conditioner unit, but it's something that I've done, and they said they've been impacted by it, and they go ahead and do something great, then I'm a very, very wealthy man then. So that's kind of what I think. It's my foolish quest in life.
I wouldn't call it foolish at all.
Well, he's laughing at me.
You've made our lives a lot better, and you've made their lives better. They have a warm house to live in this winter. And it helps us too, because we're able to afford all of the care that we need, instead of spending our money on an HVAC system, and that's huge.
Well, we're glad that we could have done it for you. Can I see what we've done and where it was?
Yeah, no, I'd love to show you.
You sure? Okay, good. Thank you.
Paisanos, not just pizza, but something for everyone.
Call Michael and Son today and get 0% financing for 36 months on select heating and cooling systems.
If you can't, we can. Michael and Son.
Historical moments revealed.
George, did you cut my wig?
Yes, Father. I cannot tell a lie. I can't do it.
If you can't, we can.
If you can't, we can. Michael and Son.
George, did you cut that tree down?
Father, I cannot tell a lie. He did it.
So, what did we do for you over here?
Well, this is a variable speed heat pump. This is new language for me, by the way. It's a variable speed heat pump.
New language for me as well, don't worry.
That replaces the old oil burner and the fuel tank that we had, and the old air conditioning compressor that we had.
Wow.
And it works so much better. It's so much cheaper. The house is always evenly warm. It's amazing.
Really?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Or coal, yeah, for that.
Well, I hope there's I guess your old oil tank right here.
That was where the old oil tank was. Yes.
It's kind of one of those like police sketches when somebody's dead on the ground.
Right.
It kind of looks like that.
It was dead, and when they pulled it out, they said that it was buckling in the back and that it would have collapsed and failed and poured oil all over the basement.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that could not have been done at a better time.
It was starting to bubble at one of the seams in the back.
Yeah.
Oh, it was about to come out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I guess we got it pumped out, and then it got removed.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. So I think the guys was it Roberto and Raphael who did this job?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. They're actually very nice guys.
They are really nice guys, and they were super professional. We were just, they treated us like we were real customers.
Well, you are real customers.
Well, thank you. I
It
appreciate
doesn't matter. You are real customers. So, well, and then it looks like you got tied into the existing ductwork system. So you have I guess you had air conditioning before, so now you have air conditioning heat through your duct systems, and so your radiators are now discontinued.
Right.
So, but you've got beautiful central air. Very, very nice. I had a great time. I loved meeting both with you, Lou, and you, Shannon, and obviously Nico and Bebo. And how can you not? They're great kids. So I really enjoyed it. So thank you so much for inviting me to your house. I appreciate the hospitality and stuff like that. And I just want to thank you so much, Lou, and happy Veterans Day.
Thank you
for yourself. And
Can I give you a hug?
absolutely. Come on.
everything
I was
you
talking.
guys have done
I
for
think
us.
Lou's gonna give me a hug too, right? Lou, come on, Lou. Lou, give me a hug, please. Come on, Lou. There you go.
Thanks for letting us see those commercials. They were hilarious.
Oh, you like that?
They were hilarious.
I think Lou grabbed mine.
I won't tell him.
I think he grabbed me a little. Lou. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing. Lou, call me. Call me. Okay. All right. Take care, guys. Bye bye. Wow, that was a lot of fun. Having Nico on my lap and just kind of bonding with him for those few moments is something that will stay with me for a long time. I'm going to pray for these kids. I'm going to pray for this family, and we'll see you at the next time.